Podcast is a celebration of flesh and blood. The rules are simple. We're playing Blitz, so each of us has 20 health. Every 4 health, I ask another question. It's kind of like Hot Ones. This is the Cardboard Dreams Podcast. We are here to talk and play with a awesome member of the community, someone who's, becoming my friend through Discord on games. Andrew Icenine. Andrew, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us how you got into Flesh and Blood?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Andrew. I go by the username Icenine, I guess, online and on Discord and whatnot. Got into Flesh and Blood back in like late November, early December. Had heard of it at the time because some friends that I play Magic with had said something about Rudy and this new game that they were coming out with, and he's going to have these pre-release whatever. It's basically the deal that I now regret not buying because it was a great purchase of some of that first edition stuff. But so I heard about it, didn't really look into it. Then I watched Rudy's content, so I kept hearing about the game, and eventually was at an LGS near me, and they had some in stock, some Arcane Rising. So I picked up a few packs, and then I kind of stood there. I was like, I've heard a lot about this game being good. I'm just gonna get a box. So I picked up a couple boxes, and kind of opened those up and looked at the cards and stuff, and then that was around the time the Crucible of War was just starting to pick up. The alpha boxes were kind of really starting to gain price, or kind of like prices going up on the market, Yeah. And so they're like, I was looking at those too, and those are like, $250 a box, something like that. And I was like, that sounds crazy. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to order one until I play an actual game. So I threw together like a Katsu deck just out of like random cards that I had. I watched the how-to that they have on YouTube, and even having a deck that was definitely not properly made, and had no strategy really to it. It was still just a total blast. Like I loved how you can't get mana screwed like with Magic. You can't not have something to do on a turn. And then I appreciated the art of the cards and everything. So long story short, that was kind of my introduction to the game, and ever since then, I started opening up some crew, and I got a couple of good pulls out of those, and I just kind of was in love with the game from there on out. Let's go. Got a 4 and a 1. One's a little off screen.
6 and a 4, but at least my 6 is on screen to prove that I'm higher. So I'll let you go first.
All right. I just recently also learned that Data Doll is not supposed to be drawing 4 cards at the beginning or at end of turn. It's 3. So I was doing really well in some games with the doll, and it was like, dang, why is no one why is this underplayed? And then I realized you're only supposed to draw 3. So I'm going to start by playing 0 to 60, 0 resource. That's got boost. And I will get a go again off the boost trigger, coming at you for 3 damage.
Okay. Let's go ahead and I'll block for 3.
All right. And then I'm also going to... that'll be blocked, and then I'm going to pitch Pedal to the Metal for 2 resource. Spend 1 to play Zipper Hit. It's another boost coming at you for 5.
Oh boy.
And I boosted Optical Monocle. That's coming in to the arena because of Data Doll's passive. Should probably put a life counter out there, huh? Given that is part of the whole thing here. And then it's going to come with 4 counters on it. 5, I'm sorry, and I can opt and go again by taking one of those off. So you got 5 damage swinging at you from Zipper.
Okay.
1 resource left, no cards in hand.
Got it. Let me go ahead and I will block for 5.
Wicked. With that, I'm going to use my last resource on the Teklo, Foundry Heart. Before that, I'm going to instant an opt to with the Talismanic Lens.
Ooh.
I'm going to throw both of those on bottom. Basically, this whole deck is trying to get items into your banish
Yeah,
zone.
I didn't think about it. If this were in a Blitz, an actual like Armory event, I should not have let you go first.
Probably not. Then that gave me 2 resource there, so I'm gonna load up the plasma barrel shot, the steam counter, and since I boosted a couple times this turn, and I believe I have go again from the zipper hit, I'll take the steam counter off and shoot you for 3 damage.
Whew. I'll just block the 3.
Right on. No response to that, so that will clear. And I'll say go.
Alrighty. Alright, so I'm gonna pitch for 3 resources and come at you with a Kadachi for 1 damage.
I'll take 1.
Okay, come at you with Kadachi for 2 damage.
I'm gonna block with yellow throttle for 3.
Nice. Okay. So I'll pitch for 3 more and go to 4 resources, and I'll use 2 of those to play Drone of Brutality and attack you for 6.
Yikes. That's no bueno.
I feel that.
I'm gonna block with the dang. I'm gonna block I'm gonna block 5 of it using throttle for 3 and the Tekla Foundry Heart for 2. Putting a -1 on that.
Alrighty.
It's back to water.
So you took 1, or yeah?
Take 1. Yep.
Okay. Alright, so I will Arsenal and pass to you.
Right on.
So when I got this playmat, I had plans on that Armory event day, but I saw the playmat in the store. I just went there to pick up some packs, and I knew the Armory event was coming in, and I like canceled everything to stay. Because this is like the one playmat that I want. This is like one of my favorite arts.
I remember I tried to buy it from you right away, and you were like, "No way!"
No,
you just earned that.
Never for sale.
Sweet, man. I went to an event the same weekend, I think, and they didn't have that one there. I thought they were supposed to have that one at the event I went to, but they didn't. And I was, I'm hoping to try to win one at some point. But
yeah, so what I learned about the Armories is it's in the season. There's like 5 months or something like that, and it's one playmat per month. So they could have given out before, or they could have given it out. Or you said you went last weekend, this past Sunday.
It was not this past weekend or the one before, but one before that. So 3 weeks ago, maybe it was. And you just won that last weekend. So, but I guess it doesn't matter because the store could have gotten it, and handed it out. So,
true,
for sure. On my turn, I'm just going to. I don't know if I should arsenal this or not, but let's find out if that was a good decision or not. I'm going to arsenal that, and I'm going to draw 3 and say go.
Yes, sir. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pitch for 3 and Kadachi for 1.
I will... You're going to hit me pretty big this turn. Yeah. Take 1.
Okay, so then I will Whirling Mist Blossom for 3. If it hits, I draw 2 cards.
No initial defense. Any reactions?
No attack reactions.
I'll play Sink Below and block 4.
Nice. Okay. Let me go ahead and Kadachi again.
Just 1?
Yeah, 1 damage.
I'll take the 1.
Okay. Then I will Soul Bead Strike for 4. If it hits, it gets go again.
And the only thing I can block with actually is my Teklo, so I'll bring that, put another counter on that, block 1 of it, and take 3.
Okay. And then I'll Soul Bead Strike again for 2.
I knew it.
Yeah, Iron's kind of toxic. I can't wait until I get my case of Arc so that I can
round it out.
Anyways, so we've got a few questions here. So this turn is 3
you want me to take
questions. What's up?
You want me to take the damage from that first?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
How much was it on the soul bead?
2.
2.
Yeah, so you're at 11.
Going down to 11.
Wow, that was a big turn because we've got 3 questions for you.
All right.
So do you classify yourself as a player, a collector, an investor, or a mixture of those 3? And what mixture is that?
Yes, all 3 of those. If I didn't love the game, I wouldn't be playing, collecting, or investing it. So I would say, first and foremost, I'm in love with the game, the art, the mechanics, the lore is pretty cool, character design, everything is just great. So that's what initially drew me in. The investing, yeah, I definitely have some large pre-orders out there. None of it's going to come through, I don't think. So we'll see what happens with that. But I've made a couple of purchases just because I think the value of the cards is going to go up over time. And then collector, I'm not really trying to put together play sets or anything particular, but basically if I get 3 of something, I'm gonna hold on to those. And if I end up with a 4th and have a friend who needs one, or there's like some way that I can like give extra cards out and help someone else out, I will do that from time to time too, or put together decks of commons and whatnot. So kind of a combination.
Yeah. And I've seen you do a lot of the stuff that you just mentioned. It feels like you have a mail day in the Discord all the time, which is great. I love to see what you've got. And
the last couple of weeks there's been a lot coming in, but hopefully that should slow down pretty soon.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna have to start that divorced wives of Flesh and Blood
support group. Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously you're having some fun with a Data Doll deck right now. You mentioned that you put together a Katsu deck very early on. And so tell me about a few of the decks that you played with, and go into more detail about probably what your favorite is. You mentioned mechanics that you enjoy. Maybe talk about a deck that highlights a mechanic that you really enjoy about Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, for sure. Ninja was the initial one that I did fall in love with, because it was, kind of the first hero I had played, but also I enjoyed the kind of the synergy in the cards and the art between them. So if you look at combos in, Ninja, it starts with leg tap, and that's kind of, that sounds like it's not fun to be hit with the leg tap, right? And then it turns into like rising knee thrusts, or, whatever the next one is. And then it's, your next attack, if you can get a combo off that, it's going to be blackout kick, right? And then you get this guy's head, coming off, and now, you've got blood in the scene, and all. It just gets more gruesome as it goes. And I think there's another combo with like Huron's Flight, where if you look at the art and the cards, is basically this character kind of transforming into this crane Huron, and then kind of taking flight. So that's kind of cool. And I just appreciated that they put the thought into that. So that was kind of the first one I really liked. And then I got into playing Dorinthia quite a bit, and that's still kind of my main if I want to try to win a game. And that's a lot of fun because of all the attack reactions and stuff. So you find that your opponent has to start thinking ahead and, blocking additional and kind of anticipating an extra 3 being added, so so I think that's kind of fun, like psychologically, to watch what the opponent does. And right now, Data Doll has just been interesting to me because I just like the look of the hero. So I ended up picking up a cold foil because I didn't win one at the event I went to, and I was kind of butthurt about that. So I let myself make a purchase for one online, and I said, well, if I'm gonna have the card, I should probably make a deck around it. So that's kind of where I'm at, and that's a lot of fun because it just works in a whole different way of trying to get these items out that kind of help you out. So what I really appreciate is that each hero has a whole different. It's almost like a new game, with each different hero. So if you end up getting bored of one, you just got to make another deck, and you've got a new game to play.
Yeah, I think that really speaks to the fundamentals of Flesh and Blood and how they're so sound. Like when I build a deck, I try to think of so whenever I try a hero, I actually don't look at a deck that plays. I try to just take the cards I have and go. And the way I do that is I say, okay, well, what's the identity of my hero? And I think that the fundamentals are so sound that we're able to do that. And I can tell you that as an Ira player, for when I'm trying to win, I do not like facing up against those Dorinthias, whether they're long or wide, because it's definitely that mind game you talked about. I have actual memories burned into my mind at my LGS of just like sitting across from this one Dorinthia player and just like the standstill.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right. And I think so. The last question for this one, and you talked about all these identities, and we'll keep this one short. So, out of all your heroes, whether it's for gameplay or just for looks, actually give me an answer for both in as succinctly as you can. Favorite hero for gameplay and favorite hero for just aesthetic.
Man. I mean, I haven't played all of them enough to really. I feel like I need to look at them all before I really make a decision. But right now, gameplay, it's Dorinthia, and aesthetic, either Ira or Katsu.
Yeah, I feel that.
Just because of the combo cards and just kind of exactly what I described in that earlier question. I just love that. So
yeah, for me it's the card border on Ira, just like the clouds and everything.
Right.
I'm a big fan of that stuff. Anyways.
Yeah, you can tell that LSS put a lot of thought into every aspect of the game down to those minor details. So you got to appreciate that.
Yes, sir. So I'll pass to you. We're
sure.
back into the game.
Right on. Here we go.
Forget we're playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, on you.
Well, I have just about the worst hand I can imagine right now. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna pitch 2 with Absorption Dome and play Dissipation Shield.
Okay.
That's gonna come in with 4 steam counters. Give me a little bit of defense.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
good old Ira.
Okay. Sweet.
Yep. Basically, just gets rid of the next 4 damage, and I have to reduce it every turn. And I don't think I can get a go again. So I'm gonna have to then arsenal this guy and say go.
Alrighty.
Well, you know what? If I can step back just a little bit. No, I can't. I can't use the heart because I have not boosted, so I do have to pass to you.
Alrighty. So I will pitch for 3, and I will do the classic Kodachi, the 1 chip damage.
Taking 1.
Alrighty. Then I'm gonna Kodachi for 2.
I know something bigger is coming after that, and you don't have the mask up there, so I'll take 2. You're just gonna cream me this game.
Yeah. So to the viewer, I promise that when my Arc box comes in, or even actually I should probably build a deck out of my Welcome to Wraith bulk that I have. Just wanted to keep it simple. I know this deck, so I don't have to think about it, and I can focus on the podcast. I promise we'll have some fun mix-ups going on the gameplay side on my end as well. Anyway, so yeah, you took 2, and I've got 1 resource there, and so I'm gonna Soul Bead Strike for 2 more.
1 card in hand, and how many resource left?
1 resource left, 2 cards in hand.
2 cards in hand. 2 coming at me right now?
2. Yep.
I'm going to take 2.
All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and just Rising Knee Thrust for 1.
I was hoping to use the Dissipation Shield for a little bit more. And I have to remove all counters from the Dissipation Shield, I think. Let me just check this out. Next time it would be dealt damage, prevent X damage or X number of counters. Okay, I'm gonna take all 4 off the Dissipation Shield. That's probably a bad decision, and go ahead and block that. Yep.
Right. So I will keep 1 card in hand. I will draw up to 4 and pass to you.
Cool. Play Locked and Loaded for 0. Next mech attack I play this turn gets +2. If I boost this turn up 1, that doesn't apply. Go again. Then I'm going to pitch Locked and Loaded and play Zipper Hit. you know what? Before that, I'm going to destroy the Bracers of Belief. And then we will take 2 off that. It'll get an extra 1. So that's going to be coming at you for 6, and that boosts, bringing the Absorption Dome into the arena. That has 1 counter on it.
All right, so what's happening? What's relevant?
Right. Let me back up a little bit. Locked and Loaded is giving this +2, and then the Bracers is giving it +1 because I subtracted the 2 pitch value of the Absorption Dome. Then I saw that I have that Absorption Dome there, and when I boost that, it's going to come out, so I left it there and didn't use the optical. So long story short, you're getting attacked for 8 right now.
8. Okay. So...
With Go Again and no cards in hand.
Got it. So...
1 reason.
I will not defend any attack reactions.
No reactions.
Alright, 2 red Flick Flaps to block 8. That's a toxic hand.
Yeah,
that's
pretty good. It's pretty good, my friend. Yeah. All right, and then the only other thing I want to do is I have a Go Again, so I'm going to use the Teklo. Before doing that, I'm going to action. I need to get used to... One thing I really need to get better at this game, and that's really actually kind of tough, is making sure you declare all your things in the right order, right? Because I'll say something like, oh, no, I don't want to do that yet. First, I want to... So we'll take the Optical Monocle and go down to 4. I'm going to opt. I'm going to put that on bottom. I'm going to do it again. This gets a Go Again every time you use its action, so unless I'm playing it wrong, I think I get to go down to 3 and opt again. I'm going to do it again. And I'll do it one more time. And I will leave that there. And then use my last resource on the Teklo Foundry Heart. Since I have boosted this turn, I can do that. Spending the resource to do that. And then going to banish a Convection Amplifier, which then comes into the arena. These have cleared, actually. That's coming in with 2 steam counters on it. And I can use it to give an attack Dominate.
Oh boy.
Then 1 more comes in. High Octane. Those are 2 mech cards, so I will get 2 resource, and I'll load the gun with that.
Ooh.
And I haven't boosted, so it wouldn't be worth shooting you. So I'll pass the turn.
Wait, in all of that you didn't boost? Okay.
Nope.
I have much to learn.
Oh, no. I did 1 boost.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you for 2.
Right.
Get a card out of your hand, maybe.
No, sir. No defense, any attack reactions?
Nope.
We got a blue Flick Flack for 2.
Okay.
Alright.
It's blocked. Data Doll is not having her best day. Or its best day, I guess.
Alright, so the 6 HP question is, do you collect, and we'll try to keep this one relatively quick, do you collect outside of Flesh and Blood, and what is your favorite collectible, like what's your most prized collectible outside of Flesh and Blood?
Sure. I collect a number of things. Vinyl albums is one. If you can see behind me, I've got a shelf there. I collect Magic the Gathering to an extent. That's kind of being taken over by this, but yeah, I'm big into vinyl as well. I'm a big music head, so I love listening to them as well as collecting them. And I would say, other than this, vinyl is probably still my number one. This game's awesome, but I'm just a big music fan, so I have a number of albums that are autographed and stuff that I just can't, that I really just enjoy those, and the memories that I've had getting them and that kind of stuff.
Might be, I don't want to declare your end prematurely, but this might be it, Andrew.
Likely.
So before we do that, the 4 HP question is, what do you want to add to your Flesh and Blood collection next? What are you looking at?
You know what? I'm just kind of waiting on Monarch. I think I have the majority of the cards that I need. I've been purchasing a good amount of, singles online. A lot of it, the legendary equipment, kind of like just like moving investments around to kind of put into this hobby because I'm really into it. So I've ordered most of what I need. So I am not really looking to gain anything else until April 30th.
I think let's see what you're made of.
Yeah, you were about
I think
to,
this
you
is
know.
it. I think this is it. I'm gonna pitch for 3. I'm gonna Kodachi you for 1. Leave 2 floating resources.
Now here's where the game gets weird, because if your life's low enough, then you can be killed to a attack reaction, and I don't like that part of the game. I don't like going that low, but we'll go down to. I'm gonna actually take 1 off the absorption dome and block 1.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, okay, I didn't keep that in mind. Maybe you save yourself here.
We'll see.
So I'll use 1 more resource and life for a life for 4 plus 1 for Myra, so 5.
I'm gonna block. How much am I gonna block? Oh no. I'm gonna block 6 of it.
All right. I probably shouldn't have warned you before coming into the turn. So I'll take off the last resource and I'll raise a reflex to add 3. So I think that's 8 total, and I think 2 comes through.
Right. Yep. 2 will come through.
Cool. Right.
Still alive.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
All right.
I don't know if you have to ask me.
All right. All I can do on this turn is I'm gonna pitch Zipper Hit for 2 and load my gun.
All right.
And pass to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and come at you with Pounding Gale for 5.
How much? 5?
5.
That's game. I can only block 3.
All right. Yes, sir.
The items. Don't do this. See, everybody, don't get items in your hand. It ruins Data Doll. It's bad.
Yeah, I think
That's what happened this whole game.
I think that's probably also one of the challenges. It's like it's probably unwise for LSS. They've probably done a lot of testing on like why items shouldn't have defense values. But man, I didn't think of that going into this. So
Yeah, for sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
a lot of people say the Data Doll is not a great hero, but I've never had a game that's gone 20-0 like this. They've all been at least within a couple points, so it really hasn't been too awful till now. So I guess now I'm seeing exactly what people are talking about.
Yeah, and I just stacked my deck with Flick Flex too. So I really just
Dangerous.
wanted to completely crush you for the first interview on the channel. So
I'd say you accomplished your goal.
Anyway, so the final question is this, and it always comes back to talking about the community. And so, this is an opportunity to shout out a person or a time when a person who or a time when someone in the community helped you out or made you really enjoy the hobby that much more. So feel free to shout out it can be a content creator, a store, a friend, someone you just randomly met on a Discord, anyone, but
For sure.
Feel free to do that shout out.
I got to shout out Louis from KitchenTableTCG. He just brings a really positive energy to this game, and just you can tell he's got a big love for this game and just putting together, a community that really helps each other out and plays games and has a great time. And that's honestly why both of us are here. Also to Carlos from Crappy Comics Play Games. This dude basically pays out of pocket a crazy amount of money to raise money through playing Flesh and Blood for muscular dystrophy research, and I think he's donated like $1,500 so far, and he's got a lifetime goal of like something crazy. I think it's like 5 million or something like that. So he's put a lot of energy and a lot of time and a lot of heart into the game. He's also, just because I've asked him about his cause, he sent me like a cold foil Crucible of Aetherweave, just because I asked. You know what I mean? Like, that's $100 card you're giving up just because someone cared about the cause. You know what I mean? So just a really good dude. I would check out Crappy Comics Play Games, and check out his channel when he does his next Flesh and Blood raffle. He's going to be doing that. All the proceeds will go to muscular dystrophy research. Awesome. I'm hoping we can get some people together to kind of make that a big deal. So
yeah, thanks for sharing that, man. I know I can definitely speak for myself when, you know, I know Louis has been a big influence on me as well, and honestly on the two of us getting to know each other through his Discord and all of that. And I appreciate the backstory on what's going on with Carlos, and what is it, Crappy something?
Crappy Comics Play Games.
Crappy Comics Play Games.
He's basically a comedian who's now playing Flesh and Blood in order to raise money. So for an awesome cause. So, and he gives a lot up out of pocket too. So
that's amazing.
He's a funny guy, and he's got some cool content. Yeah, this stuff is really great in a time, you know, with, you know, COVID's kind of still hanging around and people can't do everything they'd really like to do. To be able to just come upstairs at the end of the night and have a fun game and just meet random people across the country who are honestly, you know, lots of fun to chat and play games with. Yeah, it's pretty great.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on our first podcast. It means a lot to me that you were willing to do this, and I can't wait to show you what the finished product is. And, you know,
I'm excited.
As always, to everybody watching, thank you so much. We're going to have one of these every week is the plan. It'll be evolving. We'll be changing up the way we do it, but the core of it is the same. It's going to be a game with a fellow Flesh and Blood community member with questions as we go along, getting to know the community, getting to talk about what motivates us, what excites us about Flesh and Blood, and just what we love to collect. That's going to be it, guys. It's been Cardboard Dreams. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.